Yeah.
I wouldn't be standing alone tonight.
Look at that. Oh! And I landed it. There you go. See?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be standing alone tonight.
We wandering off and shit, dog.
Wouldn't be standing
Yeah. Finish my cup and post.
It's finally here. Finally here. It was supposed to be here Wednesday, and it got lost for a few days, but it's here today. This is the new Big Rock V3. Excuse my hands, I was in the middle of painting when this showed up, and I could not wait to unbox this, guys. So, as you know, it has some new upgrades. It's got adjustable motor mount, tighter sealed power module. It's running the 4S diffs, mod 0.135. It's got a new Spectrum motor. It's similar to the old one, just different brand. And they've got this new Spectrum SLT, SLT3, which is basically the Tactic rebranded. Sealed bearings. We've got the new colors. We've got the extended drive shafts and extended A-arms for a wider stance. It's got a fan now on the heatsink, and it's got a new wheelie bar as well, and a couple other things that we'll go over once we unbox it. She looks great, guys. She looks very, very good. The blacked out look is really nice. The new wheelie bar is very nice. These tires look really good. They're super soft, and they're also vented now. They also changed the shocks to now using new O-rings, silicone O-rings instead of the rubber ones they had before. So here's the front, and she looks really good. I'm going to be running her on the street, so I took out the spacers, and we're going to get a run on here on 2S and 3S. Hopefully these new shocks hold up. Now, inside, we've got the new power module. Got two pull handles instead of one, and an adjustable motor mount. The Arrma motor received a fan for the heatsink here, and it's a BLX 100 with cat packs now and IC5s. Still has the center bearing support. That hasn't changed. The diffs are 4S diffs. Like I said, we've got the Typhon arms and drive shafts. We've got the new O-ring shocks. I pulled the spacers out already because I'm going to be running on the street. It's a little bit lower. If you want to go really low, you could take these ones out as well. You take the shock cap off, these will slide right off, and you could drop it down really low for street runs. And you could get some street tires for this and do some speed runs, gear up and do speed runs. Arrma has a lot of good features. You know, they've got like wire, places to hold your wires in, and clips to have your motor wires here. You could take these out on these chassis if you want more room for bigger batteries. This new wheelie bar looks really good. It looks really nice, and the Big Rock logo right there. Shock towers have a honeycomb design in them. It's really good. Now this plastic looks a little bit more shiny, and I noticed that on my 4S, and I'll grab the Senton out and we'll look closer. But yeah, this plastic is more shiny, and I've heard it's more brittle. I know my 4S was a little bit more brittle, but now you've got RPM arms and all these companies that make all these extra parts. But the whole point of Arrma when Hobbico owned them is that you didn't have to upgrade anything. They just didn't break. But this plastic is definitely not the same, and we'll do a comparison on that here in just a second. But with all the new upgrades, it's a lot better. You've got the bell crank that's raised up bell crank so rocks and sticks don't get stuck in there, and that's another good design. Sealed bearings is also another good design because you would always have to clean this back bearing here and this front bearing here all the time. They'd get a lot of dirt in them, and so you'd have to pop it out every handful of runs and clean it. You'd have to clean your power module and your bearings. So that's really cool that they went and addressed that. Yeah, this wide stance is nice. It's nice and wide. You see it squats down right now because I've got the spacers out. With the spacers in, it'd be up like that, but you know, take some preload out of it and it'll drop. So yeah, this thing is nice. It looks great. These tires are vented, like I said, and they seem like they're going to do really good off-road. They probably do decent on-road too if you lower it down. You know, you get lowered down like that. You take out these the remaining preload and drop it like this. She's going to be a monster on the street as well. As get her down nice and low. Do some speed runs. Put your preloads back in and go off-road. And simple as that, guys. These shocks, they feel super plush. The new O-rings hopefully seal them. So anyway, guys, been waiting for this thing. The Senton, and we've got the Big Rock. Now, axle to axle, they are the same. They're on the same chassis. Pretty much the same thing. This one's got wider arms because it's running the Typhoon arms. Other than that, I think it's the same. So these kind of maybe they use the same. Looks like they use the same drive shafts, and they're just adjusted out. Now let's look. See, now these arms, they seem like more of a chalky, and these ones, they seem kind of shiny. The same goes for this, but you know, altogether, you know, this has not been run yet. But still, when you get these from the factory, they look different. Like when I put these skid plates on, they're dull like this, and then these ones have a shininess to them. Other than that, they're pretty much the same thing. Besides, of course, the new upgrades. This one's got a OC day in it right now, but I have the Max 10 SCT for this is a 4300 kV 3660 platinum, surpassed platinum. The billet shocks. But yeah, they're very, very similar. That's the new Big Rock, guys. There's the Big Rock and the Senton. She's a looker. Peace.